Hey y'all, it's TheRealMiss.Savage. Welcome back to my channel. Now, you guys know we've been changing the trajectory over here. We've really been on our grown and our sexy and our manifestation, standing fully in our goddess energies. Okay, if you don't know, now you know the kind of vibrational frequency we're in over here. I'm sorry if you knew me from my old channel name, but that channel name and that persona that I created many, many years ago is dead and gone. I'm done with it. I buried it. So when you come over here, make sure you pay your respects. The name is That's the Real Miss Savage. Okay, make sure we get it right or we gonna fight. Just kidding. But okay, we're gonna dive back into kind of our conversation surrounding manifestation, but we're gonna go into the transmuting high sexual energy into your manifestations. Okay. Funny question crossed my mind one day when I was at work, and it was kind of like a three-parted question that I had in my mind. And I was like, let me do some research on this because I really don't know the answer to this. And I bargained. I bargained. I found what I was looking for, and it answered more questions than I really asked originally. But I was happy with that. I kind of went down a little rabbit hole and it was able to feed me more information so I can bring more information to my channel. And that's the ultimate goal, okay? So, what are the differences in the beliefs between sexual aura, sexual tension, and sexual energy? That was three-parted question that popped into my head one day. I'm just going to be transparent with you guys and tell you guys I do have a very sexual, alluring aura about myself. I am a little bit naturally flirtatious. It's harmless. I don't really mean anything by it. And I naturally smile a lot. I play with my hair a lot. I'm just a naturally flirtatious person. It's kind of in my DNA. Daddy was a Rolling Stone, but I'm just naturally a flirtatious person, completely harm free. But I also have a heavy sexual aura, and I use that to kind of operate in my dark feminine energies more than anything. But it is just something I noticed about myself, and I choose to manage it. I choose to manage it and deal with it. That doesn't necessarily mean anything just because you meet a person that may have like a sexual aura. Some people be like, Jezebel, that's a Jezebel spirit. But no, some people, it's actually it's a lot of people that are spiritual have high sexual energy, a high auric field that is sexual. And sometimes I feel like that can come from when you're preserving yourself and you're actually not having sex. Sometimes that heightens your sexual aura to be really highly, you're radiating a lot of sexual energy because you have a lot of sexual energy within that you haven't quite, released. And sometimes I think that that's a part of why I have that kind of auric field sometimes. Okay, while all of those things that I mentioned, sexual attention, sexual aura, and sexual energy, they all relate to sexual attraction. Sexual aura refers to a perceived energetic field around someone that is considered sexually alluring, like we kind of just talked about, okay? So, aura, sexual aura refers to a perceived energetic field around someone that is considerably sexually alluring, one might find. Whereas sexual tension describes a palpable feeling of desire between two people that is not yet acted upon. So that's the tension sometimes, like you catch eyes with your lover or someone that you want to be your lover, and you catch eyes with them and it's like it's just the energy, that's the tension. So that's the separation. Okay. Fun fact. You just like passionately, you ever like see somebody and you don't necessarily, this is another reason that posed this question that popped into my head. I'm like, I really was asking I was really deeply more inquiring, like, can a person feel when you have kind of like sexual thoughts about them? Like, can they feel that? Can they see that on you? And it all kind of depends from what I gathered, if they're an empath. Um, but there are certain giveaway tall tale signs like glistening of the eyes, body language, voice might change, tones or something like that. So there are kind of like giveaway tones that can give away signs that can tell a person if you are sexually interested in them, whether you say it or not. Um, so yeah, sexual attention describes the palpable feeling of desire between two people that has not yet been acted upon. So that's funny. Okay. Sexual energy is a broader concept encompassing the physical and emotional sensations associated with sexual desire, often considered to be the life force that can be channeled or directed. All right, so that sexual energy that I was talking about in my prior video when I was about it towards the end, like how you can use your sexual energy to manifest abundance, love, a specific situation, um, anything that you and your partner are in alignment with and you both can set your intentions with. When you guys both have that sexual energy, that is literally a life force that can be used, no, that can be channeled or directed, which means it's a great way of manifesting abundance, love, or a specific situation, kind of like what we talked about. And more about that, and for someone like myself, I also, that question about the original question that brought us here today about sexual aura, sexual tension, and sexual energy, I had an inside question and I was wondering, okay, well, if a person has an abundance of sexual energy and they don't necessarily just want to go have sex, what can they do with that sexual energy? So it is still very powerful. You can definitely transmute. There's such thing as transmuting energy. And the idea of transmuting sexual energy means directing the powerful force towards spiritual growth rather than solely expressing it physically, you know. So if you happen to radiate on a high sexual frequency, there's other ways that you can go about releasing that sexual energy. It's called transmutation. So that's something that I'm very much focusing on because I'm not gonna lie, I do have a specific urge sexually right now for a specific person. But I've been thinking like, oh my God, I've been dealing with this so long. I don't want to have to always get this off physically. Maybe I should just use this energy and channel it into manifestations. And that's where transmutation came in. So that's essential, another key that you can use in order to change your life and bring in manifestations that you want to happen, your desires, abundance, love, or you can just use it for anything. But there's other ways that that energy can be used because energy can't be destroyed nor recreated. So you might as well use transmutation. The idea of transmutation, transmuting sexual energy means directing this powerful force towards spiritual growth rather than solely expressing it physically. Okay. So that way you can kind of, protect yourself, your mind, body, and your soul and your spirit and still harbor that powerful sexual energy, put it back into the universe and put it towards something that is going to help you in your spiritual growth. And I was really excited when I came across kind of that keynote because that just lets me know, like, okay, I can do something really powerful and life changing with this energy. So that was a really good fun fact for me. All right, so a lot of people might ask, or I was more so asking, why is sexual energy so powerful? Why is sexual energy so powerful? It's so powerful because it's a powerful energy that can be used to either uplift you or used to drown you deeper into delusion. When this energy is expressed outwardly in a sexual union, it draws the energy into the spine, down into the lower chakras, also known as the sacral chakra. If you know anything about sex, you know the anus, there is, I think that's where the sacral chakra is, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. But there is a lot of satisfaction within the anal. If there's a certain point in the anal that can be hit that allows you to maximum, it's something specific. Okay, so I found out a little bit more information about why both sexes, from what I understand, both enjoy anal. Both enjoy anal. This is a little off topic, but this is the spiritual reason why a lot of people enjoy anal. You actually hit your kundalini energy. You can access your kundalini. The kundalini. You can access the kundalini. Okay. Oh my gosh. Rewind. Okay. So I did a little bit more research and I came across some spiritual aspects as to why both like to engage in butt play. Um, One can access the Kundalini energy through the anal. And when you access the Kundalini energy, when the Kundalini energy is accessed through the anal, we can experience we can experience powerful surges of energy in those moments, kind of like how I was talking about when two people are intertwined with their thoughts and intentions during a sexual manifestation ritual. Once that orgasmic release comes, that creates a surge of energy that is released that is so powerful. And it sounds like it's kind of the same thing with the anus. Like once you get that release of that, you hit that lick, that area that releases that kundalini energy, it's like a surge of energy releases, and it's really powerful. I can imagine the things you can manifest through that kundalini energy. I mean, if you guys can tap in and let me know how that goes, drop down in the comments. Well, let's talk just a little bit deeper into this Kundalini energy. When our Kundalini energy spikes up through our spine in its most pure expression, we can experience extremely powerful surges of energy, kind of wave like energy flows, rising from the base of our spines into our heart space, into our head and beyond. This is when we make the experience of being a channel or a vessel of this energy, when both pours into us from the core of the earth, from the higher realms. Briefly said, this energy is pure life force. As divine energy, she holds all qualities of divinity. Absolutely peaceful, unconditionally loving, free, powerful, silent, infinite, and eternal. Also, as everything in nature, she is deeply sexual, and due to her divine nature, she is highly orgasmic. And that's a little segment about the powerful Kundalini energy that lies within the sacral chakra, which, don't quote me, which I believe is in the anal, the erectile area, the anal area. Also, don't try this at home if you haven't been energetically cleansed, because you may not be able to gain access or feel that Kundalini energy from that release if you're not already cleansed or purified. I just read some more research on that. All right, y'all. Thanks for watching another little fascinating video, kind of about sexuality, manifestation, and helping you reach your desires, and also just teaching you a little bit about your spiritual body, your spiritual self. I am your spiritual soul sister, the real Miss Savage. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. And I hope you guys enjoyed the vibe. I'll see you guys next video on spiritual aspects.